Hello everybody, happy Sunday. It's Faye Johnston here, and I know that for many of us our thoughts are really with the Amazon at the moment, and so I wanted to just come on with my drum to offer some prayers which you might want to join in with as well. So I'm actually in my garden in the South America part, if you like, of my garden, which felt appropriate for this recording and this drumming because uh, my garden is quite a special garden, and the lady who worked on my garden years ago and designed it was a botanist. And so when I say I'm in the South America part of my garden, I'm still in Scotland, but in this particular area you can see I've actually just propped my phone, which is recording this, in the branches of a monkey puzzle tree, and you can see I'm surrounded by monkey puzzle behind me. So it feels quite a lovely and appropriate setting to call to the Amazon and send our prayers there. So the situation in the Amazon, really, it really touches me because this is not new, what's happening. It's really history repeating itself. You know, I live in Scotland, and Scotland used to be covered by ancient woodland, as did the whole of the UK and much of Europe, and it's not anymore. Why? Because we have used it as a resource, and now the landscape has changed, and this is what's happening out in Brazil with the Amazon, and it is going to really affect our climate, as we know. So anyway, I'm here with some offerings. This is some wheat, and I have some barley here as well from our fields. It's kind of ironic that actually where we are, we have suffered some great floods lately. My property is just about recovered, but we've had some crazy flooding a couple of years ago. Hello, I can't see who's watching, but very nice to see you. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago we had some crazy flooding. Some of our neighbours have had to move out for 6 months while things get back to normal. So there's such an imbalance that we're experiencing at the moment. I've got some faithful mugwort with me as well. I always find that mugwort really helps to bridge when we're connecting with plant worlds and plant kingdoms. Mugwort is just such an opener, it's such a portal plant. So that's why I've got some mugwort with me today. I'm actually just placing these in the branches of the monkey puzzle tree where I am. I've got some lemon balm, which is a very soothing for us, to soothe our nerves and to keep our minds bright. Just really as my offerings to open this sacred space. And like I said, I've got one of my drums with me, and really what the situation in the Amazon, sort of what chords it strikes in me, is that we really need to heal the disconnect. Yes, we want to send our prayers to the Amazon and the creatures there and everybody involved, but we really want to send our prayers and healing to this disconnect which we have in our human collective consciousness, that kind of is like this whole, we've got dominion over nature, we can do what we like, and we're disconnected from the source of our health, which is the natural world. So this is why I wanted to drum today, open up the space, and just lead us in some prayers. So you might be doing this at home in your own way, and if you want to do it with me, then that would be lovely. I'm going to be spending the rest of my day in the garden, really appreciating the natural world I have around me, because remember, we have to appreciate what we have around us, and what we blesses us in return. So I really feel that working and trying to help the environment, it's all about healing ourselves, and it's also about really loving those green and natural spaces that we have in our environment, right? You know, that we have access to. So if you live in a city environment and all you have access to is a local park, or you're caring for companion and house plants and that you're growing inside your home, then care for those, love those. And it's all, you know, particularly this crisis that we have in the Amazon really highlights that environmental crisis, that we really need to be asking ourselves, are we living responsibly? Are we really caring for the earth? Okay. And you only know what you can do, okay? We can't walk around feeling guilty that we need to do more. We just really need to do what we can do, and that might mean making small changes, or it might mean that all you can do is send your prayers and try and live as responsibly as you can, and help educate other people. So I'm just going to open the space. I'm just rattling here. So wherever you are, just feel your feet really firmly on the ground. Feel Mother Earth reaching out and supporting you. And I'm calling here with my rattle and from my heart to the nature beings that are surrounding me in my garden, to all the plants here, the spirit of the land, all the flowers. I can see all the bees buzzing and the butterflies and the birds. The breath of life that flows through me as I breathe. The fire and the heat of the sun that is blazing on me today. And the waters that are flowing through me and through the river which is behind me over there. Really feeling the presence of all the elements and inviting in our ancestors, inviting them into this space with us. Feeling the presence of the ancestors and all your guides, if you work with guides or angelic beings. And feeling yourself and us here in this virtual space surrounded in a beautiful, beautiful circle of light, surrounded by our plant friends, held by the earth, with all the elements of nature moving, entwining, flowing through us, connecting us. And feeling ourselves really safely held here and protected. Really feeling the strong presence of these wonderful monkey puzzle trees that are with me as well. And just finding in your feeling for your healing intention now for this. So I'm going to drum, and it's my intention to hold this drumming, hold this space for us, because it's my intention that we send healing to the core, to really heal this disconnect. And this is why we need the help of our ancestors, the ancestors who walked before us, with their knowing, with their wisdom, and even perhaps with their mistakes as well. We are carrying all of that, so we need to, we really need to open up to this healing and some acceptance at this time of where we're at. And we're also calling for help from the helping spirits as well, to help us reach a space of understanding with the natural world. So, okay, I'm just going to drum for you. Reaching out to the ancestors, reaching out to the nature beings, all the creatures in the plant kingdom, both where you are, where I am, and in the Amazon. Feeling your presence, honoring you, and sending you our love. Feeling the presence of Mother Earth holding us, radiating her love to us, despite what we do. And asking for healing. Healing those places in us that feel and continue to abuse resources, healing the imbalance and the disharmony, healing the disconnect between us and nature, this natural world that we continue to push aside, bulldoze or set alight to. And yet what we need to do to feel whole and bring us back into harmony is to accept and embrace. Asking for all the help of these beautiful plant beings and Mother Earth. Bring us the healing that we are ready to receive. Help us release the pain, the hurt, and the anger that we are carrying against ourselves and against each other. Help us to open more, open wider in our hearts, to accept ourselves, to accept each other, and to open once again the portal to the wildness, the wild knowing, that dance of nature that flows through our being, that connects us in the sacred web of life to all beings on this earthly plane and beyond. Help us to open to more love, greater love for the earth and for ourselves. Feeling the radiance of the sun, the beauty of the flowers, and the song of the birds. Feeling the strength of the trees and our roots that are deep within the earth, deeply held within the earth, deeply connected to the source of our health and well-being, to the vital force of nature that flows through all things. So just bring that into your heart, allowing that to integrate, feeling the vital force of nature that you are flow through you and out into the world, and really appreciating the natural world that you have around you, showing it your love and your care and your appreciation. Know that your prayers are going to the Amazon and all the habitat in the world that's under threat, and knowing that in your heart that you are doing the best you can do, and showing and expanding and really owning what you have inside and what you have to give to the world too. Thanking all the beautiful trees, the plants, the space here, the spirit of nature here, the ancestors and our guides, and especially these amazing trees that surround me here, which are a mere fraction, a reflection of what grow in South America, what are in the Amazon. And feeling your feet really firmly on the ground and held by the earth, knowing that you are supported no matter what, and knowing that the earth and all her beings see you, and they know you are part of such a much greater whole. So holding the vision for the world that you want to live in, how you want to work with the environment, what beautiful images or places in nature you wish to visit and you wish to still be there for yourself and your grandchildren and generations after you. So just tuning into your heart and what you feel is right, and knowing what you can do for the earth and for all the beautiful trees and plants and forests and creatures that we have. So thanks everybody, and hi Alison. Beautiful monkey puzzle. Yes, there are many beautiful monkey puzzles here in my garden. I know many people don't really like monkey puzzle, and that's because they were planted by the Victorians actually in the UK, and many of them are in very inappropriate places because they're very cute when they're small, and then they get big and big and big, and they're planted sort of right beside somebody's front door in some cases, and they get very big, and they are very, very vicious though. They're very, very hard. I don't want to move this one because the phone's bouncing on it, but you can see this here, and that is kind of deadly. I always make sure I've got glasses on when I'm around them normally, because they won't hesitate to poke your eye out. So we have many, I can see about 4 from where I am in the garden here, and they're all very enormous and very beautiful and kind of spiky and sharp, and they're warriors, and I think really that's certainly the energy I feel from them, and I feel today for us here, fighting for love, the love of the earth, and fighting really for what we think is right and what we feel is right, and a way that we can all work, bring ourselves back into more balance and harmony with really the way to live as humans on this earth, the way to act, the right relationship to be in with each other, with ourselves and with our environment. So yes, carry the warrior-like energy of the monkey puzzle with you as you go about your day. Very nice to see you, Alison, and blessings to everybody, and sending our prayers to the earth and the Amazon. Bye.